2025 is the 30th anniversary of Batman Forever. Okay, I think I actually need to lay down. To celebrate, Spin Masters released a new line of retro-style figures based on the original assortment by Kenner, and today I'm pitting their Two-Face against the original to see how it compares. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation. Starting with the packaging, and both figures come on blister cards. Admittedly, the Kenner one is yellowed over the years. You'll also notice that the Spin Master one is significantly smaller, but with shelf space being such a premium, that does make sense. For someone my age, it's hard not to be nostalgic for these old cards, but overall I do like how Spin Master has streamlined it. They even zhuzhed it up with some extra question marks. I do think it's telling that they posed Two-Face from the back. That's going to come back into play during presentation, but even something as simple as the names are very similar. Flipping them around and the differences are more apparent, with the Kenner box being dominated by all the other available figures. On that note, remember back when Kenner was doing that body adaptive tech suit gimmick? Spin Master's package, on the other hand, is dominated by all the legal, but does tell you the other figures, and hints at Superman figures to come. The Kenner card walked so the Spin Master card could run, and as much as I really like what Spin Master did here for packaging, this round goes to old. Moving on to presentation, and our Harveys stand at 5 3/4 inches, more there about 12 centimeters. Out of all the Spin Master reissues, this is the one I was the most interested in because I never had the original. I have this version that came in the 2-pack with Riddler. This seems to be more inspired by the costume he wore during the party scene, but never this one in his main costume. And say what you will about Tommy Lee Jones' performance, I always really did like the look. With this being Two-Face's first live-action appearance, the different animal prints were a really neat concept. To me, it created a nice visual contrast between the civilized man and the baser animal instincts, but I get ahead of myself. First things first, these are basically the same sculpt. Legally, I'm not entirely sure how this works. Do the original molds still exist, and if so, did Hasbro actually license them out? Or did Spin Master just make their own molds of the original figure and then do their own thing? Detail for detail, they're pretty identical, though I will say the details on Kenner are a bit crisper, which leads me to suspect that this is in fact a recast. That said, Spin Master did make a couple of notable changes from this. Most notably is the Kenner figure's gun. That hand has been resculpted into a basic fist, and I do think they did a pretty good job there. DC's been pretty notorious about not wanting their figures to have realistic firearms, so that is pretty consistent with where they are right now, so I don't personally think this is a really big deal. To this figure's credit though, they did give him his left-handed glove, which the original figure did not. Where things get baffling, however, are the right hands. The original Kenner figure has a kind of generic trigger hand, whereas the new one's been resculpted to be a bit more of an open accessory holding hand. In general, I think that's better because it gives him more options for accessories you could have him hold. The problem is that for whatever reason, they ended up making his right hand gigantic. Who does Harvey think he is? Page Puncher's Superman? Additionally, while it's subtle, there are minor differences to the head. Mainly, the details are much softer and less refined on the Spin Master version. I do wonder if part of that's to minimize the resemblance to Tommy Lee Jones. I have no idea how likeness rights work on something like this. What I will say is that there are some paint differences I really like, specifically that the hair and eyebrows are darker, and that they gave him the white of his eye. The original figure gave him more reddish-brown hair, and that Hanna-Barbera-style eyelash and pupil over a flesh-toned eyeball. Ironically, the 2-pack version that I already owned had corrected the hair, so as a kid I thought this looked really good. I am unfortunately a bit more let down by the disfigured side. The original Kenner figure correctly made this side of his face more pink, whereas Spin Master's is more putrid lavender, but more frustratingly, they didn't do anything to change his hair. The character's hair was definitely different on both sides, and while Kenner might not have sculpted it, they did at least paint it accordingly. Paint is the other major difference between the two. At a glance, and you'll notice that the Spin Master figure has much thicker stripes on the bad side. Kenner's is a bit more accurate in that department. Additionally, Kenner correctly painted the lapel white and had more animal print on the shirt and tie, whereas for whatever reason, Spin Master decided to streamline that. To Spin Master's credit though, they did extend the animal print to his back, which neither of the original Kenner figures did. One minor thing about Kenner I never liked was that they sculpted the suit double-breasted, sculpted, and as such, the bad side kind of just starts midway. Spin Master did that too, but I don't really know what they could have done here aside from completely resculpting the torso. Another thing Spin Master neglected to do was paint the steel toe on his bad shoe. Seriously, between Spin Master and McFarlane, what's with that? That's one other detail that Kenner did get right. The Spin Master figure's pretty solid despite a couple of missed paint opportunities. Well, and that giant hand. But the Spin Master figure wouldn't exist without the original, so for presentation, this round goes to old. Moving on to Posability, and this'll be quick. From the top, and the Kenner head can swivel, and so can Spin Master. Kenner's arms can swivel, and so can Spin Master. Kenner has T-style swivel hips that can kick out, and so does Spin Master. For Posability, this round is predictably a draw. Moving on to Playability, and unfortunately Spin Master doesn't have any accessories. Kenner actually has a full-size replica coin. The face is the Statue of Liberty, or whatever that was in Gotham Harbor, and I love how it says E Gothamus Unum, like Gotham is a city-state with its own mint. Flipping that coin and the other side is all scratched up. The cool thing is it actually does look and sound metallic. Of course, it wouldn't be a 90s Kenner toy without a bunch of nonsense. In this case, a triple-barreled cannon. Shouldn't it be double? Hey, Two-Face! Show me how to fire a triple-action cannon at a guy! Well, it's actually very easy, my boy. Just aim it at a target, pull back the lever, and assert yourself. And assert yourself. And assert yourself. You get the idea. But Playability is more than just coins and cannons, it's also about how well your figures play with others. Once again, here's that 2-pack version, but for Two-Face's colorful co-star, here's the Riddler. I actually covered this figure in a previous video. Here's the 2-pack version, but for maximum buffoonery, here's his end of the movie Gozer the Gozerian outfit. For the other Joel Schumacher villains though, and here's Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, who I'd love to see Spin Master update, and Bane, who could also use a more movie-accurate update. As for Batman, here's the 2-pack version of the Cape Crusader, along with the Boy Wonder, but for one that scales better and is a bit closer to the Panther suit, here's Batman and Robin. For those hoping to slide this into their superpowers collection, unfortunately Two-Face is a bit tall, meaning that the Kenner Keaton's gonna be a bit too short. The Toy Biz version scales pretty well though, as do some of the oversized McFarlane superpowers. Just for fun though, and for my entire Two-Face collection, here's the dime-spinning version by Toy Biz, Batman the Animated Series by Kenner, the new Batman Adventures, and then classic and modern versions by Mattel, along with Arkham City from Mattel's Legacy Collection. Moving over to McFarlane, and here's the 1966 comic version, which I think took some cues from Tommy Lee Jones, and then from DC Multiverse is Aaron Eckhart from The Dark Knight, and bringing us full circle, Tommy Lee Jones from Batman Forever. For a relative scale comparison, here are our 4 faces with Pete the Spidey and the spectacular Spider-Man, and as always, here they are with Stealth Iron Man. Does Two-Face need a triple barrel cannon? No. But is it fun though? Meh. The coin's pretty fun though. For Playability, this round once again goes to old. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. I actually found the original in box at a toy show the very same day I found the new one. That new line is a Target exclusive and goes for about $9 each, and is a great affordable option for those who missed out on the originals but just want the characters. The Kenner by contrast was only $20 in box, which is pretty much the going rate. Frankly, it's kinda worth it just for the coin. Even so, for price, this round goes to new, but the battle goes to old 4-2. For those wondering, I don't have any plans at this time to look at any of the other figures. I do have this though, but that's a topic for its own verses. For more Batman Forever, check out one of these, and until next time, play nice and have fun.